Hey, welcome to another video from Skinny Medic. I want to do a real quick review for you on this new scanner I picked up. If you follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, you've seen I've had this thing for a few weeks now. I actually picked it up right before the NRA 2017 because we were going to Atlanta. And to be truthful, I was a little worried. I'm like, we're going to a big city. Interstate 85, which is one of the big interstates that goes into Atlanta, had a big fire on the bridge. It was shut down. They had another interstate problem like 2 days before we went, so it was a little sketchy. All these people coming in for NRA and they're having interstate problems. So I wanted the ability to be able to listen and see what was going on. So I picked up this Uniden scanner. I'm going to read the model number off for you because I don't have it memorized. So it's a BCD436HP. I'll put a little annotation right here, so that way if I misspoke or something like that. But this is a handheld scanner, and like I said, I picked it up right before the NRA because I wanted to be able to listen to see what was going on. That way, if there was an emergency, I felt like I was a little more prepared. So I think this is a great thing for someone who is a prepper. I want to be a little more prepared in case of an emergency to hear things going on. And then also my fellow first responders. You have the ability to listen to what's going on to around you, kind of be a little more prepared. So this scanner is a little more up to date, a little more fancy than the traditional scanners that I've had in my past. So this one will do UHF, VHF, and digital. Now, I am no radio expert, do not have my ham license, so I know just enough to be dangerous. And that's definitely when it comes to this radio, I know just enough to be dangerous with it. So I'm going to give you a quick overview. If you go into YouTube, hit search for this model number, there's quite a few videos out there guys who know a lot more than me about this particular scanner, and they can give you a lot of tutorials that are fantastic. So that's how I've learned all my stuff, is watching YouTube videos on this particular scanner. So this is a good deal because it listens to UHF, VHF, and digital. So I grew up listening to a radio. My dad was a firefighter, so I started out as a volunteer. So I grew up listening to that background noise, listening to what was going on in our community. And so a number of years ago, a lot of services, police departments like the Highway Patrol, things like that, people like that went to the digital. So your traditional scanners that just scanned UHF and VHF were out because they didn't pick up a lot of the stuff. So that's why I picked up this one, because it does digital. So for me, I can listen to the city that's right next to me, the police department. I can also listen to the Highway Patrol. They're on the digital network. So a lot of times they're talking and they don't think people can scan them, so they're saying a little more than what they probably should be saying. So I can pick up a lot of details that's going on in the community. If you're a prepper and you'll be more prepared, absolutely, I think this is something that you need to look at having in your preps, because in a grid down situation, an emergency situation, EMS, fire and rescue, and police are going to be talking about what's going on. They're going to be talking about which highways are shut down, what's going on, where large crowds are forming, things like that. So being able to listen, this is going to give you a lot quicker information than just relying on the news. So if you are in the mindset that you need to be prepared or that you may bug out, this is absolutely something that you need to look at, because if you're bugging out, now this is a portable, I can't transmit, but I can listen and I can hear a lot of things going on in my community. And so for the first responders out there again, I love listening to this, because if your department is like my department, they don't talk very well. I can't talk to law enforcement. Law enforcement can't talk to me. And I really don't even know if I can talk to the fire department. So, but at least I can hear what's going on. So if I'm staging on law enforcement's call and all of a sudden I hear all heck break loose on the radio, I know what's going on to the scene before I go into. I can listen to the fire department. A lot of times the fire department is on scene faster than us, so they can key back and say, hey, the patient is in cardiac arrest, or the patient has a pulse, or the patient's breathing. So I can kind of get an update on the patient's status well before I even arrive on scene. Although I can't transmit using this, but it definitely gives me a heads up, because I can listen to what's going on in my community while I'm riding on the ambulance. So like I said, I'm no expert on this. There's quite a few videos, if you'll put in this model number on YouTube, to give you some quick tutorials if you're already purchased this unit or you're looking to buy it, give you a lot more information than I can give you. So, but I will take a quick overview. We'll go to the tabletop now. So we'll kind of give you a quick overview on the outside here, and then I'll kind of go into some of the programming, the quick tips that I've learned from it just using it for a few weeks. So of course, here's your antenna. Here is your one of your operating knobs, so you can run the squelch, volume, and you can actually select things when you're going through the menu. Here is your full keypad. This system here is, as it's scanning, you can stop on the system, the actual department or the channel. So sometimes departments have different channels that you can need to stop on, and then sometimes you just want to stop on that particular channel. So we'll kind of go through that in a minute. Here is your function button and then a menu button. We have a belt clip. Now I think the belt clip's a little cheesy, not gonna lie. Let's see if I can actually get it off. May not be able to actually get it off. There you go. So I think it's a little cheesy, but hey, it works. I'm not carrying this on my belt all the time. So, but I do think it's a little cheesy. And then your AA batteries here. Runs fairly well, get a pretty decent time on the charge here. So on this flap here, you have a GPS plug-in and then your USB cord to charge it. And this also will connect it to the computer, that if you want to program it using program software, you can do it there. I have not gotten into that yet. So the GPS function is pretty cool. There again, I don't own the GPS antenna for it yet, but what this is for is if you're traveling down the interstate, it will automatically update the recording. So as you're traveling down the interstate, it will update your location and automatically update the program in here, which is a really cool feature. I just haven't bought it yet. So front pad here. So let's turn it on right quick, and then you'll kind of see that it starts loading all of my huge files right now. So it's loading the full database. You can see Georgia, North Carolina, and see, loading. South Carolina's kicking in there. Some nationwide channels. Okay, so you can see that it is scanning. Let's see if we can get something to pick up and talk.
There, you were there. He was doing 1074 to things in the house.
So if I wanted to hold that channel, I can hold that channel.
Under to you in the 1021.
Can also hold that department.
Thank you.
So it's scanning. If I didn't want to listen to this, I wanted to ignore this channel, I can hit avoid and it will close that one out. Now just a temporary hold. So let's see here. We don't want to listen to that one either. So we double tap it and it's a permanent. So I mean it's permanently gone off of that listing.
If I know the only thing you got holding, I'll check it.
So we'll listen here. So let's say that we want to program we're out of town. So automatically kicks in. I'm trying to get it so it picks up for you guys so you can see. You can see select country, USA and Canada, so we're there. I push down on the selector here and enter the zip code. So let's enter the zip code I'm in. Okay. Processing. Please wait. Okay. And it would automatically download that. Let's avoid that one. So since I was in Atlanta, I just got on and found my local, or found out where I was at in Atlanta, plugged in the zip code, and automatically downloads that particular area's zip codes. So it's gone here.
Medic 7, code 3, signal 17, 425 Roanoke Road.
Okay, so to go into our menu, this is our menu button here. Click on it, and now we have a whole bunch of stuff we can do. Like I said, I haven't quite nailed all this down stuff yet, but what I've figured out is, one, is you can manage your full database here, and review awards, avoid, so you can kind of see what I've been clicking on. Let's see, let's go to manage set scan. Let's do that one, because that was another one that I picked up pretty quick. So here, select scans, select all, lists are on, and then let's do select list to monitor. So I have a couple of favorites in here that I've kind of narrowed down to my county that I might be in, or just certain favorites I want to listen to. So I can scroll down, see if I want to turn this one on, and then let's turn off the full database. So now, hit the menu button, closes this back out of there, and it's processing.
No 83, 2 rescue members on board. If you would update the cab on them.
Okay, so now it's just scanning one of my favorites. Okay. And then a lot of more different functions that I really know how to use at this point. So there's a lot more videos. So it also has the ability to record. So if I hear something cool and I want to record it, I can hear some cool things going on.
We'll be food scene and write people members up.
and I can just record it,
10-4.
have it on file. It uses a micro SD card, which is behind the batteries, so I can pull that out, save it, things like that. I'll show you how I created favorites, and I'm sure there's a much easier way if you were hooking this to the computer, but what I did is now I'm currently scanning my full database that I've downloaded, and you go into menu, and then you can go to manage favorites. Okay, do a new favorites list, and then it says add current downloaded channels, and it's going to add all the channels that I have currently in their program. So now you could change it to favorites 5 if you want to change it to your particular county or just police or whatever you want to change it. You can obviously update that name. But go up here. So yeah, see rename. You can rename it right there. Okay, so then edit review system. Click down, processing. Now we can go through, and this is all of the systems that are now currently in there. So let's go into see. Let's click on federal. So you can edit name, edit system, edit department. So here it says that ATF, or tobacco alcohol, U.S. forestry. So I could click on there. I can edit the channel, I can edit the name, or I can delete that particular department if I don't want to. So go in there, and I'm backing out. Let's see, favorites, edit review system. So now I can scroll through here, and I just keep the ones that I wanted in there. So if I didn't want anything from Greenville in there, click on this and delete system. Go to yes. Confirm. Now all Greenville County, fire, EMS, police, everybody's gone. So that's the way I did it, but I'm sure there's an easier way if you actually hook up to a computer. And you can kind of filter through and edit it. So if you're just looking for a particular county or a particular, you just want to listen to police in your area, you can set up and just name it police departments and scan. So I hope this video helps. You never know when you'll be the first responder, wearing the right gear and the right training.